In a conference like this, I think it's fantastic for us to be able to join together, exchange notes, and talk about the way forward. I'm Motshidishi Mazibuko. I am the head of multi-asset credit at Sanlam Specialised Finance, and we are part of the Sanlam Alternative Investments. I think from an organizational perspective, you can certainly see just the size growing. I had the pleasure of being at the GCC chapter last year, and you can see that we're getting there in terms of numbers. But secondly, I think from the delegates' perspective, there's a much richer mix of delegates. We've got more non-bank financial institutions that are attending the conference, which is really great for financial markets and growth. So I think that's also fantastic that the reach of the conference is getting much broader. I'm personally very biased about the inclusion of private credit and private markets in general as one of the key sessions in the week's event. And I think from that perspective, we really are covering in this conference all different parts and very important parts of global financial markets specific to Africa and the continent. Look, private credit is important, and again, I'm deeply biased, but it's important for growth. I think in a continent which has a lot more to develop from a growth perspective, it's really that private capital that sometimes flows offshore that we need to trap within our continent and make sure that we can allocate it accordingly and really be active participants in terms of the growth agenda on the continent. So from that perspective, it's not just private credit. All private market instruments and players are quite important on the growth of the continent in general. And in a conference like this, I think it's fantastic for us to be able to join together, exchange notes, and talk about the way forward. So the conference always advertises that one of the key events and the benefits of attending is the networking opportunities. And that's really what the app is delivering quite materially. And that all of us are able to schedule these one-on-one meetings, intentionally meet with parties that we don't get to see on a day-to-day basis, and really coordinate our movements and our networking. So from that perspective, I'm quite pleased about the fact that only can you look at one platform for the agenda, but you can also meet with attendees to make sure that you're really meeting the people that you intended to meet at a conference like this. I'm very, very passionate about that. I think the development of women in financial markets is something that as Sanlam we're quite passionate about. We've got a cohort of women that are part of a group, it's called Pumelela, where at every aspect and every level of the organization, we're advancing the interest of women in the business. And I think especially in the financial sector where women tend to be underrepresented, it's fantastic for me to see us not only the values that we espouse to as an organization as Sanlam being carried out in the conference too. So I'm really looking forward to the engagement on the Women's Networking Forum. And I think it's fantastic that we also are feeding back into the general community and mentoring younger women who are coming up in the financial industry.